Hello everybody. Welcome to my first, or one of my first, book reviews. Now this is only going to take 5 minutes because this is just a break in your regularly scheduled tarot programming. But this was sent to me by the lovely Gwendolyn Womack. I think it was a year or two ago now, and I'm really sorry that I haven't been able to upload a review until now. I did do a full review with my face on it and everything, and the sound got corrupted or something. It just didn't work at all. It was out of sync. So I apologise it hasn't been up until now, but I've been doing a clear out of all my shelves, and I found this on my top shelf, which is my favourite shelf, and I thought I'd go through it with you just to give you a little bit of a, well, she sent it to me, that was kind enough to send it to me for a review. So now I'm going to do the review. Better late than never. So this is, as you may know, the fortune teller, which follows Semele or Semele. I'm really sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but she basically deals with leftover fortunes, like priceless manuscripts, stuff like that. And she deals with, I think it's antiquities, I can't remember the names, I'm really sorry, but she basically acquires and assesses the value of things in order to sell them from very wealthy clients. Now, when she comes across a particular manuscript from somebody, I feel it was very well known, or somebody who was really into a lot of deep historical research, she finds a manuscript and there's a note in it, I believe addressed to her, if I'm remembering correctly, and it goes on that in this particular manuscript it tracks the evolution of a pack of tarot cards, or the tarot, how it was made and how it was designed all over the years. And it's absolutely fascinating because not only you have Semele, or Semele, which is too much like smell for my liking, so I'm going to call her Semele. This is basically something that, you know, she's investigating the manuscript, people want it, it's very dark and mysterious, so you have that timeline. Then you also have this other timeline, which is the manuscript, and it's of this farseer, this very strong, I don't want to say psychic because that kind of takes away from, you know, the modern use of it, but this is very strong divinatory person who actually sends, you know, in this manuscript she details everything about where these tarot cards are going to be, and more often than not they do tend to follow on from tragedy, unfortunately. Now, one thing that I want to say is that the two timelines, I believe they are very well intertwined. I was always very interested in the story. I was always really keen to see what happened, but the one that really drew my attention and did not let go was when we were in the past reading about the tarot cards and the lives that they touched. I was so engrossed in those chapters. Not saying Semele's chapters didn't grab me, but she wasn't as interesting as people who could see the future, and although she had that kind of inkling, I didn't really connect with her and the romance that's in this book as much as I did in the history. But I'm a history buff, so I'm always going to prefer history over the modern day. But there's definitely a very strong narrative here. The writing is great. Gwendolyn, you're a really good writer, and I did really enjoy it. The vivid imagery that she paints it's like you're there, and I was really invested in the, you know, relationships, and especially the last one. I'm not going to give anything away, but the last, I think, chronicling the last family to have the tarot cards, I was just in bits. I was like, oh my gosh. Semele as a lead heroine, not my favourite. I just feel like she's got, especially in the last few chapters where it all comes to a climax, there's a lot of crying, there's a lot of screaming and hysterics, and I'm sure that I'd probably be the same, but to read about it was just a bit annoying. But it doesn't take away from the very solid structure of the story and interest in the mystery and the focus and the really intriguing story that came through here. So thank you so much, Gwendolyn, for sending me, or arranging for this to be sent to me. I highly recommend anybody who has an interest in tarot to pick this up, because it's not necessarily a history lesson on the tarot, but the way that it's kind of woven in is absolutely great, and I would highly recommend it. It was a solid 4 out of 5 stars. or maybe even 4.5 actually. Because the only thing was the lead was occasionally not something that I, she made choices that I personally wouldn't make. You're not going to do a biographical event on me, so I mean, it's just my personal taste. But yes, I highly recommend people to pick this up. Solid book, really nice, and I'm going to look forward to reading anything else that Gwendolyn makes. But thank you very much for watching this review. If you're interested, or if you've read it actually, just let me know in the comments below the link as to where to get this. I'm not paid for this, by the way. I was just sent this book for my honest review, and I was not paid for it, and I'm not going to be paid for it. But the link as to where you can get this book is down below as well. If you'd like a reading from me, ta-da, this is a tarot channel after all the information is down below, all my links to social too. But thank you very much for being with me. If you'd like to see more of these, do let me know, because I'm book mad and I've got plenty that I can review. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you guys soon.